Community Viewpoint with John Pawlak and Maria Hurst.
And welcome again to Community Viewpoint. I am John Pawlak, your host for this segment and the following segment. And I'm not going to be talking too much right now because there's a lot of information we have to bring forth to you. And to do that is the good friend of mine, former town board member and Chicagoan. You think you know who he is? Dr. Tom Waters, retired Lieutenant Colonel, yes. USAF,
That's
I believe
correct.
it is. And you're going to be talking to us about a lot of things that are happening in this town. Dr. Waters, what kind of doctor are you?
I have a doctorate of education.
Oh, okay.
And that's the reason for it. I am not a medical doctor.
You're not a pediatrician?
No. And
no, okay.
in the Air Force, I was in aircraft maintenance.
Oh, so you're a doctor to the planes?
Yes, doctor to the planes. I like it that way.
Okay. What kind of planes did you have back then?
We had a lot of them, but they're all in museums right now. Starting with the F-84, F-101,
okay.
F-4.
F-4, okay.
B-66, B-52.
Ooh, you worked on a B-52?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I learned something just now. Anyway, you're going to learn something too because we have a lot of information to put out in the next 12, 13
Yes.
minutes. So, Dr. Waters, Doctor of Airplanes, where would you like to start, Tom?
Well, let's start with the fact we're having a town hall meeting.
Yes.
We're having, I think it's the Deputy Director for the Southern Nevada Healthcare System, deal with veterans in the veteran hospitals, and they're coming to Pahrump to talk to us about what's going on. And the biggest question I have, and I think most veterans here have, is where is the new Pahrump VA clinic? Mm-hmm. That's the key, and we'd like an answer that's going to convince us this time that they're very serious about it.
Yeah, because it's almost a year behind.
It's almost a year behind. I'm going to say it's about 6 years behind.
Well,
because we've heard for
in all
many
actuality,
years
yes,
that the groundbreaking is going to be soon, and we need to hear more.
Yes, we have a lot of veterans. I was there this morning, as a matter of fact, so luckily it wasn't too crowded at the time I was over there, but we did have a little line over there. And I have to tell you really quick, the nurse that worked on me, he called me while I was in line, so I was trying to call him back while I was in line, and I saw him leave the room. They said, "No, don't leave without me," so it was kind of funny. But they are usually very, very quick over there. The people that work there are just so fantastic.
They are.
But they need a larger facility for the amount of veterans that we have in our town here.
That's correct.
So that'll be one of the things that we'll be asking.
I think that same question will probably be asked by nearly everyone there. I'm sure there are other issues that we need to talk about as well, and that's why they're having a town hall meeting, so that people can ask questions, not just veterans, but family members, people in the community, anybody that's interested about any veteran issue should be there. Right.
So I will be doing what I do and plastering the town with as many of these leaflets as possible.
That sounds great. Okay.
That's why we're talking about it here. And then you've heard it here. And I'll just pass the word. And that's going to be when? Do you want to put that thing up there, Noah?
It's going to be on June 17th. That's next Wednesday. And it's going to start at 1:30. And they have it scheduled to go until 3 p.m. Mm-hmm. And it's at the Pahrump Valley High School Gymnasium. It's going to be in the gym, so we can have plenty of room for a lot of people.
Okay, great. And hopefully we'll have a good group over there, a good amount of group. We'll have a good group over there.
I hope we have an excellent turnout. This is something that's very important, very crucial to our community. We have a community of veterans and family and supporters of veterans. Mm-hmm. So that's why we need to have a great turnout for this.
Okay, great. Next topic.
Oh, the next topic is going to be Operation Recognition. And Operation Recognition is for World War II through Vietnam veterans, those veterans that decided to stop high school to serve their country. And if they started high school, did not complete high school, but maybe got their GED and went on, and never got a high school diploma, the state of Nevada will issue them a high school diploma, just to recognize them for their service.
Oh, sweet. So if they have a GED or something, they can bump that up to a diploma?
They can go ahead and get the high school diploma. Now, we do have many people that got their GED, got their bachelor's degrees, maybe even a master's, maybe even a doctorate, but they've still decided, I want my high school diploma.
Mm-hmm.
So we have several of those that are applying. And they send the application directly into Reno, and once it goes to Reno, they approve it with the county superintendent, the school superintendent, and then they set up the graduation and the issuance of the diploma. And what we like to do in Nye County, and we're talking not just Pahrump, we're talking all of Nye County, if we can get, I'm going to say probably 20. Now we're looking for 50 veterans in this category. But if we can get 20 veterans, I think we could probably get the governor to come down and issue the diplomas for the graduation.
Oh, down here?
That's our goal.
Oh, that would be great, yes.
And I would like to say, too, that we have an application, and I'm not sure if you can see this, and I don't think we have it on the screen, but it's a pamphlet put together by Jose Tejas, one of our favorite Marines in the Pahrump area, in Nye County, really, because he works all over Nye County. But he put this together, and it's a packet for Operation Recognition. Again, it's for World War II through Vietnam veterans. And some people ask me, why that time period? Well, that's a period that we had the draft. And many people joined to avoid the draft. They didn't want to be drafted. They wanted to join the military. So they quit high school to do that. And, you know, as life goes on, sometimes you just don't get back to completing what you wanted to do. And so some just never completed the high school diploma. And the state of Nevada, starting back in 2003, in the 72nd session of the Nevada legislature, they decided to come up with Operation Recognition, where they will just issue the high school diploma to these qualified veterans.
It's interesting. I just had a flashback of the going to the assessor's office. We veterans are able to get money back on our registration for our vehicles.
Yes.
So make sure you find out about that, because that's a good chunk of money, for, especially if you have a newer car, because I think I got back $62 for this. I don't have clunkers anymore. Or you can have the money taken off on your property taxes.
On your property taxes.
Yeah, so if you
way.
haven't done that, go to the assessor's office, ask them, that's what they're there for, especially if you're a veteran, and use that rebate or whatever.
And the other thing, too, when you go over to the DMV, you don't have to go back to the assessor's office. They give you a card, and you're able to give them that number, and they can go right in. They see how much money you have left, and they can either put that on your vehicle or on your property, like you said.
And I did it online, too, and it worked. But you have to remember to keep that number.
You have to keep that number.
Like,
I keep mine in my wallet.
Yeah,
absolutely.
well, I changed wallets. I lost my number, so I had to go back to the assessor's office. So, anyway, so that we've covered that topic also. And then what else do you have, Doctor?
Well, after Operation Recognition, there is an exhibit that's traveling around the country, and it's traveled in quite a few different places, and it's coming to Pahrump July 4th through the 18th. It'll be at the museum, the Pahrump Valley Museum. And because the 4th of July is going to be a very busy day around Pahrump and in our valley, the museum has decided to move the speech to the 11th. It'll be July 11th, Saturday at 1 p.m. And we're going to talk about Always Lost. And these are veterans that were lost in Iraq and Afghanistan. We have pictures. And as a matter of fact, let me give you some of the components of the Always Lost exhibit. In its entirety, the Always Lost, the Meditation on War, Humanities exhibition consists of several components. The Wall of the Dead depicts the faces and names of U.S. military war casualties in Iraq and Afghanistan since September 11, 2001, currently numbering over 6,000 dead. As the casualties continue to mount, the wall continues to grow. They have a picture of each one. There's a Pulitzer Prize-winning collection of Iraq war combat photographs. So those are some things you can see. 90 pieces of literary work, which includes prose and poetry by Northern Nevada writers, along with historical and contemporary sayings on the subject of war. Interviews and photographic portraits of 3 Western Nevada college students, veterans, representing the thousands of military personnel returning from Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts. And then there's the story of Specialist Noah Pierce, who took his own life after completing 2 combat tours in Iraq, representing the thousands of veteran suicides. Included in the exhibition is Pierce's poetry about his combat experiences, and these were found after his death. But this is the exhibit that's going to be in our museum. It's traveled all over the state and around the country, but it's going to be in our museum from the 4th through the 18th of July. And on the 11th of July, at the museum, there will be a speech at 1 o'clock to talk about Iraq and Afghanistan and Always Lost exhibit.
Will you be there at the for the speech?
I'll be there for the speech since I'm the one giving the speech. Let me say, too, that we do have an Iraqi war veteran, a retired major in our community, and he gave the speech at Gigi Suite on Memorial Day. An excellent speech. And I recommended that they use him to give the speech on the 11th. But he'll be out of town, so they've asked me to step in and give the speech. And I've talked to him so that I can use parts of his speech in that speech. Again, he is an Iraqi veteran, served 2 tours in Iraq, and very well qualified to talk about the Always Lost exhibit. But I'll be handling that for him. So please come out and listen and find out what our troops have gone through and what they're going through for Iraq and Afghanistan.
All right, thank you, Dr. Waters. And finally, we're down to the last minute.
Okay.
I've got a newspaper in my hand.
Yes.
And this is the Veterans Reporter and Reporter News. And it's, what's it all about?
You know, this newspaper has a lot of issues about veterans, and it is so important. I look at it every month that it comes out. I also try to write some articles for it. And anything that you think veterans would need to know or want to know in the Pahrump and Nye County area, let's get it into Veterans Reporter newspaper. It's an outstanding paper, and it's all over Southern Nevada.
Right, we're just out of time. Find us at the library, DAV, the hospital, all around town.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Waters, and we'll see you in the next segment.